Basically, always. You look horrible.
Mm. Oh yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it looks bad most of the time, like really bad.
Well, probably fucking, getting shit done makes you kind of look tore up.
Okay, whatever. Plenty examples where that's not true, but
Who's got an emotional state they want to provide me with an evaluation of?
emotional state in what way?
Someone in the chat says, you want someone else with stronger FI to provide you with the evaluation of people's emotional states. Oh. She has concern for others, perhaps.
Yeah, she has asked too several times.
Yeah, you could just start talking, lady.
What lady?
Pond
Elsie?
fish.
Oh.
Would you like us to start calling you pond fish?
Discussion because it would be
Hello.
rude.
Go ahead. You can't be rude to me about this kind of shit, dude. Go for it. Okay.
Well, I'd fucking look into. I would do a objective analysis of shaving the head because you don't care, but that's the reason most guys don't shave their head. Most guys care a lot about their hair and they don't want to let it leave, and it's a big sign of weakness to women. Says
I
studies.
don't think
but I
Eric's
don't
going to
know.
maintain a shaved head.
Dude, he would rock it well. The
Well, yeah, but
You got a library of links like that, Nick, or what?
He does. He keeps all the shit.
I was so fat. I look 10 times better.
You want a certificate acknowledging that you are responsible for my shaving of the head?
I just know I was because of that.
You just like to get credit for stuff.
Well, it's when I receive so much credit for the bad, give me some credit for the good, goddammit.
Hey, that's what quadruple.com's all about, Nick. I'm going to Quadrat will certify you as a licensed hair advice practitioner. That's big. I'd say that
It
I was
brings me
going to clarify
joy.
this.
He looks so good, and I told him to do it a long time ago out of a sign of confidence, but really he just looks better. And then, yeah, I told Ken to shave his head too. Ken shaved his head.
I think it's fair to say that Quadratable.com is to certification as Nobel is to prizes.
I think you're equal good and bad in the raw footage, Nick. Yeah, I think you're right, Elsie. I think if it all got edited the way I envisioned it, it'd be a mighty cool story.
What would?
All the links that I have and the story that I could tell from the chopped out things and even the little interludes.
Well, I mean, I have in regards to that kind of shit, I got more to you than anybody. And if you want to do something like that, I can start. We're gonna editing when you have narration from you. Basically, you have like a director's cut kind of a thing where you're going over and going, all right. So here I said this, and just about Ashley, man, shit like
You
that.
wouldn't even need it. I got the links that would all fill that in. I got links specifically for
Eric, I think it has like 500 links or something. It's insane.
That's a long film
have.
titled Nick Being Wacky.
No, it has to do with everything. I mean, I have a lot of shit that's just from you being wacky. Like the people who met on a social anxiety forum. That was funny. It's just like I want to be there for that first conversation.
The what?
What did it take you guys like 10 years to?
Social anxiety? What? I don't even know what you're talking about.
And the first time locker room talk happened, where you just about seeing kissing and then leaving the room.
Good.
Making. That's the simple truth.
Sloppy my what?
You talking to Trey about his sloppy claim making? Yeah, well, Trey, that's because you're sloppy in your claim making. That's the simple truth of it. That was a good one.
Sloppy claim making.
That was months ago. The first ENTP versus Trey encounter. And then Eric talking about me. He compelled me to destroy him.
Who?
You talking about squashing me like a black bug?
Oh. Well, you did.
And then you're talking to Jules saying, well, LC sent me a message today saying I was spending too much time on Nick. He isn't responding to the normal shaming protocol.
Right.
And then I try and effie it up with Taylor to get him on my side. And he's like, Nick, you have to make a picture of my honor. And I started going under his framework and make arguments very eight style. Then he turned it on me, and then I had to double turn it back on him by leveling up. I had to fucking level up. That's what you also talking about me.
Are we gonna watch old arguments now?
No, he's just gonna tell us about them.
I'm not so sure about that.
Well, he's only put one link in the bar. I've already closed it in the bot.
I'm not playing anything.
Okay.
I know that you get mad at that. I'm not trying to piss Susie Q off.
Well, I appreciate though the conversation about the narratives and stuff because it is something I want to keep track of. And it's not just keeping track of, it's creating it as you're keeping track of it, kind of a situation where there's a mythos to the place and to the community that has built up its respective storylines. But
Well, my storyline's been very fucking ridiculous.
Nick, I mean,
Ridiculous.
you've been at the center of all sorts of high octane
Why?
shit. Well, because you're Nick, that's why.
Why? But Susanna and I were talking about this earlier. Why?
Because you're an ENTP who's not encountered a lot of effective barriers before or boundaries.
I have.
I suspect you've worked around them with that look of concern you got there, Nick.
If I hadn't encountered a bunch of barriers before, I would have gone away during our first encounter.
Right, but I'm saying you hadn't encountered a lot of difficult barriers that weren't being moved by your normal mechanisms.
I think I made a good Enneagram based on INFJ's input and Susie Q's. I made a good Enneagram 3 thing, McPherson, but I think it explains a lot of this.
It's still not in the raw shit. Maybe part 1 or something is up. Or 3 or 4.
I see.
I'll
I
look
think
at
a lot of
it.
it's really tough being an ENTP Enneagram 3. That I'm sure of. Eric, are you frozen? No, you were just staring at you. You're stoked as fuck right there.
I was just thinking. I just sort of thinking about the need to. I mean, if there's anything that needs a sort of like overview, kind of recap what's happened in life, kind of thing, it's this. It needs it so badly. It needs a wiki, and it needs videos that sort of summarize it and taxonomy shit that's happened narratively. I need to do it. I've made a couple retrospective videos that are actually a couple of my maybe favorite videos ever, were the CWFP retrospect 1 and 2 that explain the very beginning of the channel and stuff, with narration over clips and stuff. But those
Maybe
are.
you and I could spend all day on something like that. And Taylor.
I mean, that's the thing, is I spend all day on something like that all the time, but most of the time, it's not quite that useful or sensible thing to work on. Like, I spent a lot of time today getting some sensible things done, and then a lot of time just not really getting anything sensible done. For example, I spent a lot of time recently working on trying to get another part to go in with I'm Rich, I'm the Best song, but instead I ended up with just like this loop, which I like, but it's not going to really fit with the song, and it's like, okay, well.
Take a look at that. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it.
Okay. I will put it in my pipe and smoke it. What am I putting in my pipe and smoking?
Your Facebook message.
Oh, Facebook message.
And who's this crown person with the mute minded that just keeps spinning? You all see spinning?
Yeah, it's how.
But I almost envision at one point, like just all the clips